Rashod had some nice catches out there today. Is that a case of sort of really practice, so forth, but a case of sort of success and confidence?
I think that's true, right? It's like all of us. You do some good things, and more good things seem to come, hopefully. But Rashad's been working to make plays. To see him come out here and make those catches, those are great catches. Traffic catches. One catch he plucked off the ground there. So I was excited. Everybody was fired up about it. But that's what we expect from Rashod Bateman. He's expected to be a top receiver in the league for us. That's what we're planning on. So to see him true to form today was nice to see.
How about now? This is the beauties of doing it live. Now I'm fine. Now I'm definitely fine. There's a 0% chance I'm not fine. No. Thank you. You know what? Now the real question is, this is, you know what, I'm not going to try and backtrack. We're going to have an open and honest conversation here. And to the 45 people that were watching on Twitter before I didn't say anything, to you, I say, shame on you. Do I go back to my Bateman thing? I actually just did 2 segments already. I did 2 segments fully muted. I did 2 segments. We talk that. I mean, that's kind of what you look at. I hope you're a really good lip reader, Rubio. I hope you're a fantastic. I hope everyone watching this after the fact is a fantastic lip reader. It's not like I can just, this is live. I can't even just go back and do it again. This is a terrible start to Monday. God, and it was one button on my freaking box too. Oh. Jordan Love. Okay. I did my Bateman thing already. I have a heart out in like 20 minutes. So you know what? We're going to go. You know what? We're going to start from the top. We're going to start from the top. I don't care. We're going to start from the top. We're going to redo the whole thing because you know what? That's what the people want. Let's go and take a look at Rashod Bateman, who I've already talked about a little bit today, but none of you heard it. I was basically talking to myself. So there we go. Okay, Rashod Bateman. I'll give you the general synopsis of what I said. God, I can't believe I was muted. God, no one tell the Podfather, please. Basically, Harbaugh said that they want him to be like one of the best receivers for the Ravens in the league, right? Obviously, going to say that about his own player, but I don't really think like we've heard this song and dance before. It's been 4 years. This will be year 4 for Rashod Bateman, and again, Harbaugh has an 85% reliability on usage and workload speak. I'm looking at it in terms of if you want to be a Rashod Bateman truther and you still believe in the talent, you think he's good. The number one thing you're going to bring up is the foot injury, right? The foot injury has plagued him for the better part of 2 seasons. It ended his 2022 year. It plagued him in 2023. So if you want to be a Rashod Bateman guy, look for the foot. The foot is kind of your way out. Bradley, do not rewind and look at the last 10 minutes. I beg of you, please. Okay? Do not rewind and watch the last 10 minutes back. Okay? I was muted for 10 minutes, and I did 10 minutes. I already talked about Rashod Bateman. I was muted for 10 minutes. That is 100% on me. Bradley's the leader of this thing, so I got to come clean to the boss when he hops in the chat here. I got to come clean to the boss. Bradley, won't happen again. I forgot to hit one button on my box. So, okay. That's Rashod Bateman. Now let's get into the Jordan Love part of this. So Jordan Love, it was reported, that's Rob Dillingham. He's also really good too. Jordan Love was reported to he is going to apparently get one of the highest contracts in the entire NFL. Adam Schefter said, and if you watch the whole video, I could play it, but I'll kind of just give you a brief synopsis of what Schefter said. Schefter said he's going to be one of like the highest paid quarterbacks, if not the number one highest paid quarterback in the entire NFL, which is, I just don't understand. I do understand to some degree, but he's not a top 6 guy. Like I can definitively say he's not better than Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud, or he's not in that top 5, right? Or Jalen Hurts. So that's number 6. So he's not in that top 5. Is he better than Trevor Lawrence? Maybe. Is he better than Dak Prescott? Maybe. We've seen one season from him, and we didn't really even see him play like unbelievable until down the stretch in the playoffs, the later part of the season. So are we sure like he's gonna get more than like Patrick Mahomes? He's good. Well, obviously Mahomes' contract was outdated the moment he signed it because the way the cap's gonna go up every year. We're not gonna do this isn't a cap podcast, but Jordan Love is going to be one of the highest paid NFL quarterbacks, which is saying that out loud. It's kind of like when Jaylen Brown in the NBA got his deal and he was the highest paid NBA player, even though he's not a top 10, 12 NBA player. It was just crazy when that whole thing went down as well. So I just think it's you have to do it if you're the Packers. What's the alternative? You have to pay him. If that's what his market is, that's what his value is. you have to pay him that value. There's no other way. What are you going to do? Just like, and you have if there's one team that can get away with, paying that quarterback right now, it's the Packers, who have an insanely young team. They're not really paying a lot of guys. I think they did pay Jair, but they're not paying Jaden Reed. They're not, when I say not paying, I mean, they're not paying, big money, market value money, or like Brandon Ayuk is still on a rookie deal, right? They're not paying Brandon Ayuk like market money, and they're not going to, right? So they're not paying Jaden Reed. They're not paying Dontavian Wicks. They're not paying Romeo Doubs. They're not paying either of their tight ends in Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. The only guy they're really paying on the offense is a couple of the old linemen and Josh Jacobs. Like, those are the only guys the Packers are paying. So you can kind of get away with, like, you still got a lot of rookie year contract, like rookie contract years of the big weapons. And Christian Watson's another guy I forgot too, of those weapons that are in Green Bay. So you can get away with paying Jordan Love, a ridiculous size contract. Another fun stat is Jaden Reed. If you tally up all the contract numbers, the cap hits for 2024 of Jaden Reed, Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft, Romeo Doubs, I believe it is that number combined of all those 4 players. I think it's Dontavian Wicks. I think it might be 5 players. Is lower than the cap hit for Allen Lazard this upcoming season, which is unbelievable. So, masterclass by the Packers. They're going to get this deal done. Jordan Love was seen, on the practice field, still, smiling, talking with LaFleur. He was there. It sounds like this is going to get done in the next couple of days. So that's the very interesting part of it. Okay, let's get to our last piece that I've already. This one I actually haven't talked about yet. I talked about these other 2 on mute for 10 minutes, which was awesome. So if you didn't see that, then yeah, that happened. There's one more thing, and it is this Sam Darnold thing, so this is an interesting thing, right? And this is JPA football. This came from another source. So JPA football is not the most accurate source to get it. But this one actually did come from a different source. This isn't just a JPA report. This is like, I saw this elsewhere too from reliable sources, but this is just the first tweet that I found, so I bookmarked it. Sam Darnold will take a majority of the first team reps at quarterback. And I also saw another report that said J.J. McCarthy's a long shot to start the season as the first quarterback on the roster. I genuinely think the Vikings want to see what Sam Darnold has. They're paying him $10 million this year. That's not nothing. They didn't give him, like they gave him bridge quarterback money, right? Bridge quarterback doesn't mean backup quarterback. It means that he's going to get a little run. We'll see what he looks like. Maybe, like you just look at his situations, goes from the Jets to the Panthers, like 2 of the worst organizations in football. Goes to the Niners last year, doesn't really get that much run. I think he played like a week 18 game that didn't matter, and where all the starters were out. So it's like you can't really get an accurate, assessment of him. Now we have Sam Darnold in Minnesota. He's going to get a couple opportunities. Like, I am very confident he's going to start at least like 3 weeks, barring injury. Like, he's going to get, I think, those first couple games kind of to himself. And it's just interesting, like, as far as you're approaching this from fantasy football, like, it's especially more in redraft, because dynasty, like, JJ McCarthy's still going to have, value. But like Sam Darnold's like a sneaky buy low. Like, I do, like, if the Vikings are winning, and like, if you look at the Vikings roster, like, they don't have that bad of a roster. Like, they still have playmakers on offense. Like, they brought in Aaron Jones, right? Who's still, I mean, we just saw him score 3-4 touchdowns in that wild card game against Dallas. Like, he's still a good player in this league. Is he probably in his prime? No, but he's still a really good player. Obviously, you have Justin Jefferson. You have Jordan Addison, maybe some suspension there. We'll see what that looks like. TJ Hawkinson coming off a knee injury. We'll see what that looks like as well. But like, you have weapons on this team. The defense is, it's average. It's not a terrible defense. Like, I don't think anybody's picking the Vikings to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. So if they're not gonna be one of the worst teams in the league, and maybe let's say at week 8, they're 4-4. Maybe they're 5-3. Maybe they have a really good, good start to the season. They're 5-3. Are you going to pull Sam Darnold to put in JJ McCarthy if you're 5-3? Maybe it doesn't get there. I get that. But I think the Vikings could realistically be 5-3. So don't go. I would say you should be drafting a little bit more Sam Darnold than people would tell you to, is my take. I think he's, especially if you're playing in superflex, or, you're doing you're playing best ball and you're looking for snacks. Take Sam Darnold every now and again, because he's free. He's never going up. He's never going drafted. We've seen him, provide some rushing upside with his legs in fantasy football before. So I think Sam Darnold is more than viable more than viable for just being a actual starter as we, sort of approach the rest of the season. Like I think he's going to be the guy for the first at least 5 weeks. Because look at their schedule. They play the Giants week 1. It's not like if they be like they're going to beat the Giants. Sorry, Giants fans. I think they're going to beat the Giants. So I would get some Sam Darnold. I would take it more 50-50 than like right now. I feel like people are drafting like JJ like it's like 90-10. I think it should be more 60-40, 50-50. Like that's just truly how I feel. And I guess some of it does matter where if you're playing best ball, like you're going to want to, target all that matters is who's playing week 17. That's probably JJ McCarthy. But I will say, Superflex especially, Sam Darnold is someone you should definitely, go grab. I think what if he has, a pretty good start with the Vikings and like maybe his value goes up. Maybe he goes somewhere else, he gets, he becomes a bridge starter, maybe like for a team next year, where like maybe like I could totally see Sam Darnold, playing pretty well with the Vikings, having like a Jacoby Brissett type season, right? He goes somewhere else in free agency and he goes to a team that drafts a rookie quarterback, maybe like a guy like Carson Beck or a quarterback class that's not as polished this year. And, Shedeur Sanders, someone like that. I think Sam Darnold truly does have some run in him. And maybe it truly was just, and this is not likely, but maybe it just truly was an entire like fine talent, wrong situation, terrible situations the entire time. But that's what I got for you guys today. Again, I deeply apologize for the 8 minutes I was muted talking into nonsense. I cannot believe it's the first time I've ever done that before on stream. And of course it's on Player Profiler today. So I sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart, but we will see you guys next week for Monday. We'll have the tech issues figured out beforehand. That is a promise. That is a guarantee. And we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in. It's important to me that all of our media be free. This is only possible because of you allowing a true independent sports media enterprise to thrive unlike any other in the business. So please subscribe to the All In Package to continue to make all of this possible, to ensure that all of our stats, information, data, content is available to you, especially you, the people that get the site and get the show.